All right. We are now one with the memes, children. All right, we've got ramp, we've got token producers. We just need to rip a polymorph effect here at some point. This matchup's pretty hard game one. They can Oblivion Stone and Karn are Emrakul. I wonder if this is bad enough on the draw game one that I'm just supposed to like go to the next game. This matchup's not unwinnable. It's just hard. Like, we definitely have, like, especially post-board, we get to bring in a bunch of Terastodons and kill them. So, like, if they assemble Tron this turn and they get to play the Oblivion Stone out, like, I'm just not going to be able to combo them through that, so we should just move to the next game. Yeah, honestly, I think there might have been merit to just conceding now. Honestly, so something I've thought about is just, like, the way this deck works. I kind of just want to put the Terastodons in the main, if we're being honest. It kind of just, part of me wants to just throw the Terastodons in the main. Alright, I'm not 100% sure what I want to be doing here. We definitely want the Terastodons. What are the other cards we're cutting? Are these negates good enough? The negates are probably fine. I guess they're a little clunky to hold up in the early game. I mean, most decks just concede to Tron having Tron on turn 3. Like, this deck's no different than those. So, Engineered Explosives, I'm going to board out one of them. Engineered Explosives allow us to kill all of their elephants that we give them with the Terastodon. So, I want an Engineered Explosives left in my deck for after I Proteus Staff out a bunch of Terastodons that we can stack it and clean it up. So, Proteus Staff allows you to stack your deck once you're out of creatures, and we definitely get to a point where we're out of creatures, so I want to leave one of these in, but you're right, in general, as a catch-all, it's not particularly good. I don't think Chalice is very good in this matchup. Chalice is there for, like, the faster combo decks. Like, it's kind of slow on our side. Like, okay, let me rephrase. Chalice doesn't stop the things we actually care about in this matchup, is what it comes down to. One at mulligan to 5. We have a turn 4. We have a turn 4 Terastodon here, which seems pretty good for us. Chalice doesn't. We don't have any cantrips, Justin. The only card Chalice stops on our side of the board is Utopia Sprawl. That's why we play Chalice on the board. Don't really care about it being on 1. It's pretty good. Guess this. I get to do this. And I get to do this. Yes, Chalice on 1 counters kicked Vine to the Vestwood. You said their cantrips. Okay. Chalice does hit their demonic tutor. You're not wrong. Depending on what their turn 3 is, this Polymorph might be a little bit slow. They picked up Worldbreaker. That's scary. So if they have Tron naturally Thank you, wife.
Tell the internet how awesome your wife is.
You're wonderful. You delivered my microwave food. So they can take me off a land here, but we have a search for tomorrow suspended that's coming off, so we're gonna get to do that. Hopefully they just don't have the naturals Trons, but, you know, I've played against Tron before, so I'm expecting... Ooh, we're not getting natural. That's great. We're not getting natural. That's great for us. Yep. Hey, Arichu with the $4.99 subscription. Thank you very much. I appreciate the continued support. Quarter of a year, welcome, or third of a year. Math is hard. Welcome back. Great, so we're gonna grab another green source here, I think. If they have a warping whale or a dismember, we could be in trouble. I guess I don't really want to play this sprawl, right? So I'm gonna kill 2 of their lands and then 1 of my own. Yes. You get some elephants and you get some elephants. Everybody gets some elephants. Cause I'm a giver, chat. I'm a giver. Look at that. We even guessed right on the Tron pieces we killed. That is one nasty Terasty. Yep. So we get to go ahead and cast the Search for tomorrow, getting a basic forest into play untapped. Then we get to cast Call the Herd. Then we get to down tick my Nissa and start smashing them. Like, modern staple, Call the Herd. Nissa is very good. Nissa is very good in this deck, I agree. Ooh, had a donation in there. Well, I wasn't looking. Got some fun bucks to send your way. Love your work. Donation for Grixis Painter. Perfect. Sounds great. Probably get to another Legacy night this weekend. They have a dismember here? This must be a dismember, right? They drew a dismember? Okay, that makes sense. They're trading dismember plus an elephant token for my Terastodon. They're still pretty dead here, right? Like, next turn I get to fire up these 2 and tick my Nissa again. We're on Terastodon because we're playing against Tron, and Tron can kill Emrakul. UG Trunks. Right, so this fires up this. And I can actually flash back this Call the Herd, right? Off the rest of these. And yeah, then down tick my Nissa. And this Nissa's very good in this deck. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna click this a bit. Or the Mana Monkeys, we ramp naturally in this deck. I think most roads led to Rome. Honestly, the more I play this deck, the more I just want to main deck the Terastodons and board the Emrakuls. What happened to the pretzel sponsor? I'm gonna keep this. If we draw a polymorph effect, we could potentially turn 3 them. Every time this deck wins a game, I die a little bit. God bless. We get to go Nissa next turn. The chalices, I'm actually not sure if the chalices are good in the sideboard. The chalice in the sideboard are my idea for trying to improve like the storm and the burn matchup. So if you just want to replace them with something that could be good against burn, you could play some form of health gain in that slot, I suppose. This is a donation deck list, Mr. Silicon, but I actually like this deck a lot. This is one of the decks I'm considering playing in Milwaukee for that open. Yeah, Trinisphere could be okay if you're looking to host just Storm. Feed the Clan could be okay. Yeah, just something like that. Remember, you just can't play creatures because you don't want to floop into them. Just can't be creatures. You can play Sun Droplet, maybe. That card's pretty funny. Fucking Tron, man. Jeskai Ascendancy is just really bad against decks like Jund and Mardu Pyromancer, so I'm not sure if that means I'd play it. It's pretty good against like random stuff like Bogles though, so maybe it's fine. The maximum number of mana monkeys. I don't know if I have a good answer to that question. Polymorph. 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 Daddy needs a polymorph. Come on, polymorph. Depends on what your definition of viable is. It's unfortunate. 1 blue source, but not 2. Well, that's the second blue source. I haven't kerned us yet, so we got that going on. No, we're just mostly hoping to hit it naturally. We have seven copies of our polymorph effect, so. Oh, am I just getting Gulamogged? Okay. Sure. Sure. I'm gonna lose my blue sources here. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I guess the Terastodon doesn't beat this, right? I was excited when they didn't have a good turn 3. I should have known this was coming on turn 4. Everything I love in Modern dies to Tron. If Tron didn't exist, I'd have too much fun in this format. Alright, let's try again. Onward, upward, backward, forward. Most of the decks I play lose to Tron harder than this one, so I think this deck actually has an okay Tron matchup, especially post-board. No, I'm not a huge fan of playing the Tron decks in Modern. And like, the Tron decks themselves aren't unbeatable, right? Like, they have a bunch of polarized skewed matchups in both directions. Yeah, probably, Tom. I think if we had Terastodon in our main instead of Emrakul, we'd be a favorite against Tron with this deck. Whenever Tron wins a match, an orphan gets rejected from a new family. Blue Tron is a very bad deck. It's not particularly good. The green-based Tron variants are the ones that are powerful and consistent and frustrating to play against. I played them a good bit myself. I won one of the Moto challenges with it last summer and streamed a bunch with it. It just gets boring. It's pretty good. It doesn't have any ramp in it, but yeah, I guess it's slow. No, I feel like I'm not mulliganing like tokens plus staff. I guess this is a turn 4. Just like this on 1, this on 3, activate on 4. It's a little slow on the draw, I suppose. The Legacy Tron deck's really bad. It's terrible against Grixis Delver. And it's not very good against Storm either. Devolt Snap Bolt. Welcome to a live one. No, I don't usually Scarfed. The last build I was playing did not have Cabal Therapy in the main. Just kill them. Don't try and interact with them. Spanish Inquisition isn't about being interactive, it's about killing them. About getting them dead. I'm actually playing Magic Online in Windows right now. In the past, I've played it in a VM. OBS is not going to run inside of the guest OS. OBS is fully cross-platform though, so it'll run natively on Linux or OS X. Magic Online also runs fine via Wine these days, so you can go completely native. The Utopia Sprawl draw here was very good. It actually means we can turn 3 them, right? Because I can turn 2, play the Proteus Staff, turn 3, go Khalni Garden, get ya. Well, this doesn't search, right? No, it does not. We need to avoid getting Ghost Quartered here. This is probably what's his name's Craig Westco's deck. It does work in Wine now. It's worked in Wine since last year. Okay, sweet. If they don't have a path, we get to play this Khalni Garden and get them, hopefully. Sweet. Alright, well, we're gonna put an Emrakul into play. Need to put an Emrakul into play. Khalni Garden, trigger. My 15/15. Don't have something weird that kills it. Opponent reading all the cards in our deck, probably. That's a good question, a good thing to think about. Like, this is definitely a matchup where Emrakul is better, right? But, like, if we had Terastodon, what would it do? I don't know. Attention Sphere incoming. Yeah, Terastodon. Oh my god, seriously? Did that just happen to us? Did that just happen to us? Fine. It's fine. I know how my cards work. I've played Magic before. Yeah, I've played. I know how Magic works. It's cool. Getcha. The amount of joy because we're winning, Andrew? I agree. There's lots of joy because we are winning. We had an out and now I'm sad. You're so rude. All right, so right, Tron sucks to play against, while blue-green polymorph doesn't suck. Don't both decks hinge on cheating mana costs and denying your opponent's interaction? How does my deck deny my opponent's interaction? My deck gets interacted with via discard, via counterspells, and via creature removal to stop my combo from working. Tron, you have to attack their lands. There are lots of efficient ways in Modern to attack players' hands, to attack their creatures, and to attack their spells. There are not efficient ways to attack lands in Modern, because efficient land destruction is not interesting gameplay, essentially. So we don't print cards that are efficient land destruction anymore. So I would respond to your challenge of this deck is the same as Tron with, what? Do you understand what Tron does and why it's good? Because they are nothing like. They're nothing alike. Stone Rain is not efficient. And here's the definition of efficient. It costs me 3 mana to blow your land up. In general, it costs you 2 mana to put an extra land into play. No, I think that type of effect is miserable and would never see play. It would never get printed or created. Yeah, like the Jeskai Ascendancy deck, it gets interacted with on literally every axis. Literally every axis. Do I want a sideboard? Do I want a sideboard? Anyone? Those aren't... Ghost Quarter is not efficient. Ghost Quarter puts yourself behind a card. Field of Ruin is not efficient in terms of Tron. You can't activate Field of Ruin before they put a card into play. It's not... Field of Ruin doesn't put you behind in resources, but it costs you tempo. No, it's not. You've never played against Tron if you think your Thought Seizes are efficient. If Thought Seizes were efficient against Tron, Jund would have a fine Tron matchup. All right, I think I'm just gonna click submit. I'm gonna click submit. I don't think any of our cards are good. Any of our sideboard cards are good. I think our game 1 plan is just good here. Nah, I pretty much stopped playing Hex. Their standard format's a shit show. Just not enjoying it. Mono Blood is not fun. Maybe we'll revisit with set 9, but honestly, probably not till 10 when their set rotates. I think it's fine. Like, this is kind of awkward against Leonin Arbiter, but it is what it is. I guess I have Engineered Explosives for 2, which would be fine. But I mean, like, what cards do they have to answer Emrakul? Doesn't Emrakul just kill them? I think Bogles is a very good Magic deck. Bogles is a very good competitive Magic the Gathering deck. Crumble to Dust is slow and inefficient. By the time you have 4 mana, Tron has already put a bunch of very large shitters into play. So it's not relevant. Oh, are they playing Reflector Mage? If they're playing Reflector Mage, I 10 out of 10 should have things in my deck. Do they play Reflector Mage? I'm not actually familiar with West Coast list. So do I play... I just play Engineered Explosives here, right? For 2. They have land, Ghost Quarter me. They have land, Leonin Arbiter, Ghost Quarter me. I'm just pretty much dead in the water. Their nut draw. Deck has not been playing Reflector Mage. Good to know. Good to know. All right, so do I want to kill this with engineered explosives? I don't think so. I think I just want to pay 1 to cast this. When I'm playing in Legacy at Cincinnati, I have no idea. I don't know the answer to that. Am I getting a green here? I think so. Wow, that's brutal. Wow, that's brutal. Well, I mean, our 26 land deck was on the draw, kept 2 lands, and then I guess this was a mistake, right? I should have paid this so I could guaranteed suspend this. I just assumed this was going to resolve, which was apparently very wrong. Oh, they're playing some kind of weird brew. Okay. I think Alurin's really bad. I think it's not great against Grixis Delver, and it's not great against most things. Alurin was a metagame deck that was reasonable against counterbalance miracles. The Leonin Arbiters in game 1 threw me off. I didn't realize that there was a Spirits deck playing Leonin Arbiter. Does your deck have Leonin Arbiter in it? I feel like I missed it if your deck has Leonin Arbiter in it. I feel like I would have said no if you had Leonin Arbiter in your deck. Your deck doesn't have ship bears in it. You made me doubt myself for a second there. I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't say yes to a deck with ship bears in it. I think we're just drawing dead at this point, right? Because they're going to hit me for 7 and then I die through Emrakul. Can you just say Randy? Alright, take this next game on the play. Think I want to change anything? Yeah, that seems reasonable. No, I think Emrakul is just better than Iona on white. I don't think they can take Emrakul off the table, so I think I'd rather just have Emrakul. Back. Our sideboard's pretty specific, the types of cards it wants to hit on. Pretty easy mulligan, has an Emrakul in the opener and doesn't do much. I'm like not exciting, but it's fine. Hopefully we can find a blue source on top of our deck. Just like turn 4 them. Put a mulligan to 5. That's good for us. And for searches, Utopia Sprawls, Breeding Pool, not that. I'm gonna play this and just attack them on turn 1 or turn 2. Everything else going on. Iona is for burn. She's for the mono blue time walk decks. She's for storm. A few decks where she's reasonable. We can use Utopia Sprawl to get engineered explosives to 3 hypothetically, but in general, no easy ways to get engineered explosives to 3, no. See how many disruptive elements they have. They did mulligan to 5 this game. Thalia, of course. Nope, just that. Okay. This is my 3/3. Mausoleum Wanderer. Yep. You did miss prison. I'll hit publish on my YouTube channel after this league. It's gonna be my last league of the day. Yeah, definitely. Definitely a meme. Yes, Polymorph does not search, it just floops out. God, that's so unlucky. To draw a blue source. Need to draw a blue source. Yep. If one card, we're dead in 3 in the air. Good lord, they found another one. Alright, so Breeding Pool Island, Fetchland still. Nope, Fetchland doesn't do it. Breeding Pool Island. Yeah, I think that's all she wrote, right? So we take 6. And then even if we put a thing into play, we still just die through it. Good to draw a blue source sooner rather than later. The draw card button doesn't work. Alright. I should have quit after the Jund League, folks. I should have quit after the Jund League. When you're having a day where you just run bad constantly, you should take a break. Take a break. We're gonna finish this one out. This is gonna be the last one for the night. Thanks everyone for hanging out through the end. We didn't win a lot, but we played a lot, so we're gonna publish them all on YouTube anyways. I think this deck's fine. This is the first league that we haven't cashed if we don't cashed it. I mean, like, that's like the definition of most modern decks, right? Like, most modern decks look completely unplayable when they don't do their thing. And like looking at that game, like, if you think that game makes this deck bad, like, we just didn't draw a blue source for a bunch of turns after we mulliganed. That could happen with literally any deck that you could be playing in the format. Opponent had a quick clock on curve and we bricked and died. Them to the beat sometimes. Sure. Get a polymorph effect. Get to play some mediocre mid-range cards in the meantime. Arid Mesa could be. All right, perfect. I'm just gonna lead on this, right? Is this burn or is it Valakut? Some kind of Jund deck? Could be Mardu Pyromancer as well, I suppose. How do you find a deck to play? You proxy a bunch of decks and then find the one that you enjoy playing the most. Oh, this thing. Okay. The zombie infestation. Man, fucking modern. They discarded one. They discarded one and they had to. I'm just gonna take a break, folks. I'll be back Wednesday, I think. It's just not our night. Sometimes it's just not your night, and you should stop swiping your credit card at the casino and go do something with your night. Take a walk or something else. So, peace, folks. Everyone, have a good evening.